All right, hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. And thank you so much for joining me here today. It is the 6th of May of 2020, and here we are. We're still sheltering in place, and we've still got a pandemic on our hands. And this is the 7th weekly call that we've done regarding the coronavirus, and so I'm really happy to put on these calls every week, and I hope that they are useful, and I want to, I just really am grateful to have an opportunity to connect with each of you who are listening to this, and with each of our clients during this such strange period of history. All right, 20 years in the future, we'll all be looking back on this as kind of like a, oh yeah, remember that time that we were all sheltering in place? It is quite a remarkable thing that we're all living through right now. All right, so as always, I want to give my update as to the coronavirus itself. I want to give an update on immigration. And then we'll get to it, and then at the end I'll share some of my own little philosophy on life, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. I do have 30 minutes blocked for our call today, and so we'll get right to it. So regarding the coronavirus, as of yesterday, the stats here in the United States reported, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported that there are 1,171,510 total confirmed cases, or there have been since the pandemic started, since the beginning of the year. And there have been now and are now 68,279 total deaths related to the coronavirus. And so, what can we say? This virus is lethal. There are people who are dying as a result of it. And so our hearts go out to those people, and they certainly go out to not just those people, but also their families and to everyone that's been directly affected by this. I also love to point out that it is still, even though it is growing, it is still actually infecting and actually fatal for a very, very small percentage of the people in the United States, percentage-wise, right? And a very small percentage of the people that are actually alive on planet Earth, right? And if we look at population trends and things, there are still every day many, many, many more births coming into the world than there are deaths. And just talking about the coronavirus itself, according to the Chronicle, I think yesterday, it might have been the day before yesterday, I read that now globally there have been more than 1 million people who have recovered from COVID-19, and so that's a positive. I always like to have at least some positivity. This is a crazy virus that humanity has never seen before, and it is wreaking havoc for sure and affecting us all. And so I hope that each person who's on this call is well, and I do very much send feelings of well wishes and hope for just positive vibes really to anyone who has personally been affected by all this. All right, so the next matter of business this morning is to talk about my update regarding immigration. So the immigration court system has announced that it will close all non-detained hearings through the month of May, so through May 29th. And so that was the latest announcement, changed from last week. Last week, court was closed through the 15th, and this week it's been updated, and they're closing all non-detained master calendar hearings and all non-detained hearings through the 29th of May. USCIS is closed through June 3rd. For all in-person services, they are still processing certain things. We are still getting green cards approved. We are still getting receipt notices and other things like that. We are still filing applications. So USCIS is still functional. They're just not doing in-person services right now. As of right now, they are closed through June 3rd. All right? The CARES Act is still operational. Remember that we did a video and a webinar training about which immigrants can qualify for the CARES Act, which is the personal funding and also business funding. Please check out that webinar. If you have any questions about it, then contact my office. We can send you the link to that. Our office actually received our PPP, our Payroll Protection Program loan, which was the federal funding through the CARES Act. We received that over this weekend, which was a tremendous relief for our firm. And it's allowed us to avoid having to, reduce our hours of operations and things like that. And so I'm really grateful for that, and feeling especially grateful, I guess, for that this week. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned this last week also, the Trump issued an executive order limiting immigration, right? And that is in effect, and we have created a YouTube video about that order. There's been no news on that this week. It is in effect, but it literally impacts a very, very, very small percentage, and in fact, I don't think our office has a single case that's impacted by that executive order, and so I don't want any of our clients to really worry about it. Yes, it was announced. Yes, it did make some headlines, but I don't want you to lose sleep over it. If you have any questions about it, please contact our office. Please feel free to refer to our video that we created as well. All right. Bay Area shelter in place has been extended through the month of May. So if you're here with me in the Bay Area, we're kicking it at home. We're making things happen, but we are doing it while sheltering in place. So that's the reality that we're living in here, and I hope that you're doing well. Essential businesses and services are asking everyone in the Bay Area to wear masks, and so please respect that and do that. And there are some great video tutorials on how to make your own mask. If you want to see that, check out the CDC's website or check out YouTube. A couple of other announcements real quick. Join our Facebook group. So we've created a client-only Facebook group, all right? And we've sent out invitations. Check your emails for those. We've sent the invitations out to everyone, but relatively few folks have actually joined the group so far. And so please check your emails. It may have gone to spam folder or something like that. Please do join our group. We're wanting to create community and share with each other here during this pandemic. And so join us on Facebook. The next thing I wanted to talk about is we have our guide, right? We have a guide for immigrants on how to thrive during the COVID-19 pandemic. And if you can see me on video here, I'm holding up a copy of our guide. It is available and it's free on our website. All right, so if you go to landyourhomeimmigration.com, right on the top, there's a little banner there, and you can just click there and download. It's a good 12, 13-page guide that we put together that explains some of the key points about what's happening and how this pandemic is affecting immigration and how we can, all thrive through this crazy time. All right. And then the last announcement, kind of having the business, right? Getting to business here. The last announcement is this month, our office has decided to offer free consultations. All right. And so if you're listening to this and if you have never spoken to our office about immigration services, please contact us. All right, we're offering free consultations at this time. If you are already our client, but if you know someone who's in your family, or if you know someone who potentially has an immigration question or a case, hey, now is a great time. We're at home. We have the capacity to do things through video, all right? So we are doing these through video and through phone, and we're offering free consultations, all right? Now, just to be like full disclaimer and so that we know exactly what we're talking about, I myself am not in these consultations, all right? These are done by members of our team, all right? And only certain people can qualify for them. So, so call us and we can walk you through that, all right? It's not free legal advice for any legal question, all right? It's a free consultation to see whether or not our firm makes the most sense for you if you have an immigration case and if it makes sense to actually move forward about it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, for all intensive purposes, have people that are in your families or your lives take advantage of it, because we are offering it for the month of May. So cool. That's all I wanted to say about our kind of the business stuff. And now I want to move to my own kind of personal philosophy, like I like to do every week, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. All right. So this week, what I want to talk about is how to not go crazy while we're sheltering in place. All right? So we're all sheltering in place. We're all at home a little bit more than normal. Sometimes when we're sheltering in place, we wish that our house or our apartment were 3 times as big as it ends up being when we're all at home. And I wanna have us think about, right? How can we keep our mind, keep our sanity, keep our attention really focused on things that matter and things that are relevant, and keep us from going crazy and driving ourselves nuts and really driving our partners and kids and people who live with us crazy at the same time. All right? And so 4 quick things that I want to share. All right? I really believe, so the first thing that I want to share is I really believe in the power of choice. All right? Free will. All right? I believe that each human being has the power to choose what we will focus our attention on. All right? And that is like such an important ability that we human beings have that other species, to the best of our knowledge at least, do not have. All right? We have the power to say in our conscious mind, hey, I'm going to focus on this, not that. All right? And so, number one thing to like not go crazy while sheltering in place is to be conscious of what we're having our minds focus on. And please let's not focus on quote unquote being stuck inside. Let's not focus on what the news is telling us. Let's not focus on any stress that we feel. All right? And I know that this is a lot more easier said than done in reality. All right? Like, what if the conversation that's in our mind is, oh crap, we're running out of money. Oh crap, we're running out of money. Oh crap, we're running out of money. All right? Or what if the conversation in our mind is, oh crap, I'm out of a job. Oh crap, I'm out of a job. Oh crap, my job isn't like calling me back right now. All right? Like, or, oh man, I'm sick. Right? Or whatever the situation is, it's if our mind and if the focus of our mind is stuck on the fear or on the lack or on the things that we do not want, all right, it limits our own ability to find solutions. All right? And actually, solutions and opportunities are always all around us, even during this time. All right? And so I am a huge believer that we all have the power to choose what we focus our attention on. And my first ask today is that we take an assessment, all right, of where we are focusing our mental energy. Because if we're focusing on the negative that's happening around us, we'll lose sight of the positive that is also automatically happening around us, right? For example, if we've lost our job, right, all of it, that could be the negative. The positive is all of a sudden we have more time, perhaps, to learn a new skill, right? All of a sudden we have more time to achieve the things that we've been putting off all these years because we've been having a job, all right? All of a sudden we have more time to, hey, I don't know, file an immigration case, or to talk with our immigration lawyer about getting our situation together, right? All of a sudden we have more time to, hey, how about start learning English, right? Or start learning Spanish, or start learning French or Japanese. We have time to use as an opportunity to move our lives forward in whatever way that we want to, all right? And that is something that none of us can forget, right? Okay, thing number one of how not to go crazy while sheltering in place: take an honest assessment on where we're focusing our attention, and focus our minds on the opportunities and the positive and what we can be doing during this time, all right? All right, second tip, how not to go crazy while sheltering in place. The second tip is simply the word breathe. If we find ourselves in times of panic, if we find ourselves feeling like it's like we're in a dark place, right? Oxygen is key to reducing the stress and the panic within our bodies, all right? Oxygen is actually key for all kinds of things. It actually is one of the huge reasons for the benefits of exercise. I talk a lot about staying fit. Obviously, we want to do that. We want to encourage that, especially when there's viruses going around. But for today's purpose, I want to talk about just breathing, all right? I've done trainings where it's like, where the task is to sit still for 10 minutes and just breathe and take big, deep breaths, where you like really fill your lungs to the fullest capacity, and you hold it there for 10 seconds, and then you breathe out. And it's like, as we do that, we can feel the stress and the tension and things like that leaving from our bodies. All right, it's actually incredibly beneficial to take on a breathing regimen and a breathing ritual. All right, thing number three, tip number three on how not to go crazy while sheltering in place. Tip number three is one of my personal favorites, and that is goals. All right, create a goal. Where do you want to be 3, 6, 9 months from now? Where do you want to be 5, 10, 20 years from now when all of this coronavirus stuff is a distant memory? What steps could we take here, now, today to get closer and to start venturing towards those goals that we actually have in our lives? All right? You know, YouTube is amazing. You can learn all kinds of things on the internet, right? And it's like, okay, if you want to start a new business, what can you learn today that will help you towards that goal, right? If you want to maximize your chances of winning an immigration case in the future, right? We've got lots of videos that we've put out that are on YouTube to explain that, if that's a goal. If you want to get better control of your health, or your finances, or your well-being, or if you want to take a hobby on, right? If you want to just be more happy, there are goals that you can create regarding all of these, all right? And I encourage you to create a goal. When we create a goal, what we're actually doing is we are putting something into our future. All right? One of the things that can happen that can drive people crazy is if they feel stuck and if they feel like there is no future for them. all right? Or there's so much uncertainty that we don't even know what the future will bring. So here's the thing. Choose what your future will be and put what you want for your future there as your goal and start taking actions today towards it, all right? This could be learning a new skill. This could be developing some new habit, all right? Some new daily ritual that'll help you achieve whatever you want to achieve, all right? Creating a goal and putting something into our own futures is key, is critical, all right? And then the fourth step, all right? So yes, we want to choose what we're focusing on. 2, we want to breathe. 3, we want to create a goal. And 4, we want to take action, all right? Don't just create the goal. Don't just learn the new thing. Like, what's actual actions that we can take, that we can go for today that would make a difference in our lives, all right? That will take our lives towards something positive, something that we want, that actually matters to us, all right? Some people, let me just say this also about goals. I do coaching with some businesses, and I'm on calls regularly with immigration lawyers throughout the country. And, you know, sometimes we set a goal for our business, or we set a goal for our own personal lives, and we maybe do 1 or 2 things to it, and if we don't get results, we chicken out, all right? And we say, oh, that didn't work. And then, or, oh, we say, oh, it's too hard, right? Or, oh, you know, that just was, it wasn't the right goal for me, or it's not the right time, or something like that, all right? Because we've taken 1 or 2 actions, and it didn't work. The reality is when we've got a goal that's like, no kidding, we're going for it, we don't stop when the results don't immediately show up, and we don't stop when we've taken 1 or 2 actions, all right, and then the results haven't showed up yet. What's there to put in place is what we could call massive action. Like, you know, we do this thing, we set this course going forward, and if this doesn't work, we're going to pivot and try something new. And if this doesn't work, we're going to pivot and we're going to try something new. And if this doesn't work, we're going to keep going, keep finding, keep thinking, keep revisiting, keep revising, because really what I'm talking about is one word, and that word is persistence. If we can take action and persist with action, like no matter what, you know, no matter if there's a coronavirus, no matter if it rains on our parade, no matter if there's, you know, if winter lasts 5 months longer than we expected, no matter what, we're going to go for it, and we're going to continue to go for it. If that's our attitude, hey, nothing can stop us. All right? We are powerful, capable, amazing human beings, and we have brains that are freaking faster and more capable than the biggest, fanciest supercomputer out there. And if we just utilize our own capabilities and don't let ourselves get in the way and stop us from doing what we want in our lives, we can have and we can create whatever lives we want. All right? So I really just wanted to say all that. Thank you all so much for listening to me. I'm going to open this up for Q&A. To ask a question, please hit *6. All right? It's 10. Awesome. It's 10:24. Remember to ask a question, hit *6. All right? And I do just have 6 minutes, or I guess 5 minutes, to take questions before we do our call in Spanish. And so if you have a question, please hit *6. Thank you so much for being with me. And Christy, do we have any questions?
We do not.
All right. So it doesn't matter if it's a question or not. Hit *6. Tell me one thing that you're going to do today to make today like a great day, or one goal that you have that you want to accomplish for yourself, for your life within the next 3, 6, 9 months, with an action that you can do today to get going on it.
We don't have anybody on here.
Cool. Oh, I see somebody saying that they're going to learn a new instrument. You know, that's awesome. We've got our managing attorney here in our office, Manuel, is learning to play the guitar right now. You know, yeah, that's awesome. You know, music is wonderful and powerful. And the cool thing about singing, right? The cool thing about singing is that when if you take up singing and like guitar playing, singing builds in breathing. Because you can't sing if you're not breathing, so it's actually something to consider. And I see the person who chatted that said that they're going to learn to play the piano. Awesome, go for it. That's really great. One thing that I'm doing, I'm just going to share. I've created this goal. I am teaching my children Spanish. All right, and so every day I create like a new curriculum. Yesterday I was teaching them me gusta, all right, which is like I like. So they're learning to say what they like and what they don't like, and so we're having fun. We're learning a new Spanish lesson every day. So cool. All right. Well, there being no new questions, that's totally cool. I guess we've answered everything. I love each of you, and thank you so much for being on my call, and thank you so much for listening. This call, for anybody that missed the beginning, you know, we will have these calls available on YouTube, and we'll be sharing them out with our community also. And I really appreciate it. You know, we are socially distancing from each other, and so it's really, really important, as I say every week, to build community. And I really encourage everybody who's on this call to think of one person in your life that you could reach out to and like actually make a difference for that person. You know, and people are, you know, there are people that are going crazy right now, right? And I don't mean like insane. I just mean like they're frustrated, or they're facing challenges in their lives. And so I really encourage everybody, each of us especially, reach out to those people. Don't let isolation get the best of us. All right, let's use this time to do something positive for our lives. That's all I got, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Otis Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Have a wonderful, marvelous week, and we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. For our next client call. And thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody.